Alright, so I'm going to be talking about another comic that was sent to me by my friend Chris. Chris, thank you once again. And that is Phantom Road from Image Comics. This is from Jeff Lemire with artwork by Gabriel H. Walta and Jody Belair. Yeah, this comic is basically the same creative team who did a very... like, I always enjoy me some Jeff Lemire. And I really enjoyed this creative team. It was Lemire, Walta, and Belair. Who did a comic, not for Image, but it was another group called Sentient. It was a great mini-series. I really loved it. And it was really cool. It was really cool to see this creative team come back for another comic. I will say, though, that I don't think that this comic is for me. Let me explain. It's not bad. This comic is... It's one of those... It's really good. It just doesn't feel like it's for me. Like, it's that kind of comic. The best way I could describe this is Mad Max meets Twin Peaks. I'll try my best to explain that. So what is Phantom Road? Phantom Road is basically a comic that centers around a... it basically centers around this guy, this truck driver named Don, who, after getting into an accident and killing a man and his supposed fiancée, who survives and becomes like his sidekick by the name of Birdie, the two of them are sent to another universe where dead husks are standing around, and a strange man has told them that they have to deliver a object. They don't know what it is, and they don't know what's going on. There's also a FBI agent named Teresa Weaver who is also sucked into this weird world. Now, this comic, essentially, it's really high concept. It's like I said, Stranger Things, Twin Peaks, and Mad Max all thrown into one comic. It's a really interesting idea. There are a lot of cool ideas, and there's clearly a mystery going on, but, like, they give you no answers in these 5 issues. And I know Jeff Lemire's really good at building a mystery and building a universe, and don't get me wrong, this is really good at it, but there's so much, like... that's why I brought up the Twin Peaks thing, because it's like one mystery on top of another mystery, wrapped on top of an enigma, and everything else in between. It really does feel like there was no... like, absolutely no... there's no answers for this comic. There's something going on with this gas station called, oh, what was it called? Billy Bear? Yeah, Billy Bears. It's basically like a parody of Buc-ee's. And it essentially has this, like, this mascot who's also like, oh my, and kills monsters. But we don't know if it's good or evil or not. There is so much in here. And none of it gets really explained or answered. And it's more of, like, building this mystery. And trust me, it's an interesting mystery. It's just not for me. I like... The comic has some really great dialogue between characters, especially like with Birdie, who has a mystery of her own. You have Dom, who is fighting his own demons. You have Agent Teresa, who's who's a part of this mystery, but we don't know how. There's a lot. There is a lot, and maybe if I got like a complete series, it would have made more sense. But reading this book by book, I don't think I'd like. But I know, but this isn't a comic that's bad. It's one of those few moments where I'm like, it's a really cool idea, and there's some really fun ideas in this book, and I really am interested, but it's just not for me. Like, it just doesn't feel like it for me, and it sucks because I really enjoy Lemire's writing, and this isn't a bad comic. I really don't want to stress that I'm giving this a negative review. In fact, I encourage people to read this. If you were a fan of, like, Twin Peaks, this is a comic for you. Yeah. I genuinely believe that there is a fan base and a love for this series out there. I'm just not one of them. And it sucks too, because again, I'm such a Lemire fan and I just couldn't get into it. But I will say that, like, this definitely has a fan base, and it definitely has a lot of great atmosphere. The artwork by Belair and Walta is really good. Like, I don't know if I could show you anything because this is some R-rated shit in this book. If I can, like, find, like, a good, like, a nice family-friendly picture, I would. I'm just having... there we go. That works. That's the best I can do. But, like, it's artwork like that is just breathtaking. It's a lot of, like, great art. Like, Lemire clearly knows that he has something great with Walta and Belair. and knows that, you know, Lemire can basically tell the story he wants with through the artwork. Yeah. But again, a mystery that nothing gets really answered. There's no real, like, it all speaks in riddles, and it's just moving a little too slow for me. But again, I want to stress, this is not a bad comic. I'm not giving this a bad review. In fact, I recommend it. It's just, this is one of those books where it's just not for me. Like, the mystery's running a little too slow for me, and I feel like the concepts are just like, I don't know if I can get into this concept faster than I already can. Yeah. But yeah. So, I do recommend it, but, like, you gotta have the right mindset. If you enjoyed Twin Peaks, you're probably gonna like this. That's what I'm gonna say, is that if you like Twin Peaks, you're gonna like this comic. So yeah, there's my review. Again, don't hate it, it's just, I'm just not feeling it, personally. But anyway, so Chris, thank you once again for the comic, and you guys tell me in the comments below, if you've read Phantom Road, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.